Hi, PerspectiveWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Friday, February 5th. A very interesting weather pattern going forward for the next 10 days to 2 weeks or so. There's lots of cold air around in the nation, and we'll have multiple snow threats here in the Mid-Atlantic region, also the Northeast U.S. We'll focus in on the near term as we currently have a cold frontal system that is approaching the area, and it has caused some a wintry mix in some areas, certainly a mixture of snow, sleet, and rain north of the Mason-Dixon line. That is pushing out over the next hour or two, and it looks like we'll have quite mild conditions this afternoon in the D.C., Philadelphia, New York City corridor, up in the 40s in New York City and Philadelphia this afternoon, flirting with the 50-degree mark in D.C. Now, we still have a late weekend accumulating snow threat for the I-95 corridor region, and I'll talk about that over the next few minutes. Snow is a good bet from late Saturday night into Sunday morning in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. This, quite different from the storm earlier this week, will be kind of a quick mover, probably an 8 or 10 hour period of precipitation. That snow could certainly mix with or change to rain as it lightens up before it ends sometime on Sunday, but accumulations of a few inches are certainly on the table up and down the D.C. to Philadelphia and New York City corridor. First of all, here's the current radar, and again, we have a cold frontal system that is pushing towards the area. Out ahead of it, a band of showers of snow, sleet, and rain north of the Mason-Dixon line, even a burst of heavier snow that put down a quick small accumulation in some spots, some suburban areas north and west of Philadelphia and up across interior New Jersey and now New York City. Pretty much out of the picture for the D.C. metro region, and it's moving quickly and will be out of the entire picture for the Mid-Atlantic region by midday. And again, the afternoon looks like generally dry conditions, partly sunny skies, windy, and quite mild relative to what we've experienced over the past several days, with the 40s reached in most areas, maybe even 50 degrees in D.C. Well, here's the current surface map, and here is that frontal system pushing across the Ohio Valley as we speak. A lot of precipitation well out ahead of it in this area right here. That is moving quickly to the east. The front will actually help to boost temperatures midday and early afternoon ahead of it, as winds will be out of the south, the southwest, and again, the mildest conditions that we've experienced in many days here in the I-95 corridor region, well up in the 40s in most areas along the D.C. to New York City corridor. That frontal system passes on through by tonight, and we get into a moderately cold air mass for the upcoming weekend, and then we'll have to turn our attention to the Gulf of Mexico and the southeast U.S. over the upcoming weekend. A storm system will pull out of the southeastern states and move to the Carolina coastline and then to the north and east off the Mid-Atlantic coastline by early Sunday. And again, it looks like there's a good chance of snow, probably accumulating snow in the D.C., Philadelphia, New York City corridor late Saturday night and Sunday morning, looking at maybe an 8 to 10 hour period of precipitation. Well, let's take a look at last night's high resolution model run of the NAM. This is a 3-kilometer higher resolution model run. I think it has an interesting handle, a good handle on the situation for Saturday night and Sunday, in that there could be some bursts of heavy snow associated with this late weekend system, some heavier snow bands that we'll have to watch out for. Here is the vorticity forecast map from last night's 6E high resolution NAM model run. All the energy associated with the cold frontal system now pressing to the east. Again, the main band of precipitation is well out ahead of the surface cold front. It should move off the east coast over the next hour or two. Then we'll turn our attention to the middle of the country. We'll see here in a moment here that we do have a northern stream system that will try to phase together with a southern stream system for that late weekend storm. Here we are moving through on an hourly basis all the way now into tomorrow morning, Saturday morning. And take a look upstream here, right in this area right here. This is where some of the upper level support will be by tomorrow morning. That could impact the Mid-Atlantic region late tomorrow night into Sunday morning. And let's keep moving forward here. Notice the interaction here by Saturday evening. Here we are now, Saturday evening. southern stream energy down here, the northern stream, and there's kind of a link here. That's one of the things we were talking about a few days ago. We have to closely monitor. If these try to phase together, that increases the chance for a storm hit in the Mid-Atlantic region, and indeed it looks like that is about to take place here. Here we are now into Sunday morning, early morning hours of Sunday, all the way to Sunday morning right here. Here's that southern stream energy kind of linked together with the northern stream energy. The result will be a storm system moving around from the Carolina coastline to off the Mid-Atlantic coastline by late Saturday night, Sunday morning. And again, it looks like there can be a period of accumulating snow in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. Well, now let's walk through the surface forecast maps from that high-resolution NAM model run at 6E last night. Again, here we have a band of mixed precipitation north of the Mason-Dixon line, primarily plain rain south of there, but a mixture of snow, sleet, and rain to the north, even a burst of heavier snow associated with this band that is pushing rapidly off to the north and east. By midday, it's out of the picture here. Winds pick up during the midday and afternoon hours. Some sunshine returns to D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, and some of the mildest temperatures that we've experienced in many days, with 50 degrees in D.C. and the 40s, Philly and New York City. Maybe an isolated rain shower later on in the day, but for the most part, a dry afternoon. It does turn colder tonight, and a moderately cold air mass, not brutal cold or anything like that, but a moderately cold air mass moves in for the day on Saturday, probably primarily highs in the 30s in the I-95 corridor region. Then we start to see the storm system pull out of the southeastern states up towards the Carolina coastline, and again it looks like an impact perhaps 8 to 10 hours or so in the Mid-Atlantic region from late Saturday night into Sunday morning. It should be out of here by Sunday evening, Super Bowl Sunday time frame here. It may start as a brief mixture of rain and snow at the onset here late Saturday night, but primarily I'm expecting snow late Saturday night into Sunday morning. Again, when it lightens up before it ends on Sunday, it could mix with or change over to rain, but the accumulation will probably be over with by that time. Notice here the NAM model, high resolution NAM model, putting out, this is snow. This is like heavier burst of heavier snow here in the Delmarva Peninsula, in the even in the D.C. metro region, and that's something we'll have to watch for. Right here, a pretty interesting band extending from D.C. all the way to Cape May here come early Sunday morning. This is maybe 6 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, and this is something we'll have to watch, and the model runs later on today. But again, it tells us we certainly have a few inches of snow on the table in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, maybe even more likely just to the south and east of the immediate I-95 corridor region. Goes all the way up into the New York City metro region here with the depiction of a heavier snow band early Sunday morning, and then it pushes on to the north and east. And here is the surface low pressure area by midday Sunday. A pretty decent system here. Off the Mid-Atlantic coastline, well to the east of New Jersey here. The snow pushes up into southern New England again. A quick moving storm, especially relative to that long duration winter storm we experienced early this week. For the most part, it gets out of here for the midday and afternoon hours, and it looks relatively dry for the time of the Super Bowl, which is Sunday evening. So again, we do have an accumulating snow threat for late Saturday night, Sunday morning in the D.C., Philadelphia, New York City corridor. And stay tuned to PerspectiveWeather.com for any updates later today or this upcoming week. And go to the website, PerspectiveWeather.com. That's it for now. I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.